beginning of the year, here we are, out of the gate. We're going to strive to keep commitments. Right? It's important for us to do.
Back in the saddle again.
Bum, bum, bum. Out where a friend is a friend, dun, dun, where the longhorn cordal cattle feed on the lonely gypsum weed. I'm back in the saddle again.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go, people. We are back. Happy 2025. We apologize, but also kind of not apologize for the nice holiday break.
Yes, it's been a long holiday break.
Lovely break. But be prepared for new sounds this year. New voices, new guests.
Actually, be prepared for less voices.
No!
But yeah.
Less.
We
We have gotten notice from multiple agents and threats from IMDb that celebrities might be taking a break from NQT this season.
It's for the best.
So we'll see. They might come back again. If you want to hear from them, leave us a voicemail on our site, nqtshow.com. That's nqtshow.com.
Maybe the ghost of Mike Tyson's voice comes back. Maybe.
What else do you think we might have new this year? Let's see. New guests.
New guests, new topics.
New topics. That's right. New episodes.
New hairdos. No?
Yes. Are you changing your hair this year? This is a big year for you. You're changing your hair.
New t-shirts from
When's
Christmas?
the last time you changed your hair look?
I've had this hairstyle since 2004, I would say. And
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
What did you do before 2004?
It was kind of a side part.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of
how boring.
Walk in and say, give me a businessman's cut.
I was going to say classic business guy.
Classic businessman's cut.
I think I've had this messy hairdo since I was about 15.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, when I was 15, I had the wall.
The wall head.
Do you know what the wall is?
I remember the wall.
It's when the hair came down straight and then you literally had a wall.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Kind of like a shock absorber for
a little bit
against the wind.
A little bit.
Okay.
If some food kind of went up in the air, it would kind of stay behind the wall.
It might land on the spikes of your hair.
Save things for later.
Little skewers.
Yes.
Of food on your hair.
So 2025, we are here. We're in the studio. We are back. What have you been up to? It's a year ago since we talked.
Yeah, I think the last episode we did, there was a little bit of an NQT theater. We tried some high art there.
When you say you think that's what we did, you mean that is the one we did.
That's the one we did. Not sure how that one went over, but
what are you talking about? That was great.
No. Having a hard time finding that button, are you?
No, I couldn't reach it in time.
I'm sure it was going to be
going for a positive. I was going to hit the applause. Oh, sorry, that's not the applause.
You know what? We try some new things.
We're not afraid to try new things. We might have theater. We might have a guest. We might run off on a tangent like we are right now. Who cares?
Yeah,
we're just doing what we think the Lord's telling us to do, and we're going to have fun while we're doing it.
We have a lot of leeway because the show is titled.
Not quite there.
Yeah, you said it, right?
So we are recording in mid-January. It took us a little bit to get back in the saddle, hence courtesy of the song, You're Welcome, America. So
doesn't count as a voice.
No. That's just singing.
That's just
thank
singing.
you. And thank you to Gene Autry.
Yeah.
Gene Autry.
Gene Autry, yeah.
So a couple weeks into the new year. This is the fancy time we've all heard the R word. That's resolution. But let's not say resolution. Can we just kill that? Can we move it to commitments? Commitments.
Yeah.
I mean, is anyone really going, here's my resolution? I guess people still
turn your resolutions in before New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Commences.
So people still do that.
Yeah. I think people talk about it. Maybe, when the topic gets a little bit, out there on a New Year's Eve, if you're hanging out with some people and they say, hey, what are your resolutions going to be? I think that's the word that they use.
That's true.
I don't think they get
those
fancy
people,
with it. Yeah.
Those New Year's Eve people,
those NYE Eve people,
NYEP, the NEEPs.
Yep.
So Neep. So let's talk commitments. So I'm going to put.
Is that what we're calling them?
Okay. I'm just going to use the word commitment instead of resolution.
Can you tell me why we're going from resolution to commitment? What's a commitment versus resolution?
I don't know.
I'm going to ask you more questions in 2025.
I think all throughout the year,
journalist here.
I want to make different commitments, like in my personal struggles with anything. What if it's, health or reading, like mental health or physical health, or I want to go skydiving or whatever. I feel like throughout the year, I make these different commitments. So I don't know why the beginning of the year would be any different. Resolution to me, I don't have a good history with resolution.
Yeah, okay. Let's dive into that a little bit more. What does a resolution mean to you, or what has it meant to you?
I think in the past it's meant, here's my New Year resolution that I'm probably done with 2 or 3 weeks in.
Okay. Is it usually something related to...
You know what it is? Okay, it just came to me. You know what it is? It's something that I come up with because it's the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So it's not really even a thought through commitment I actually want to do. It's because a NEIP asked me in a New Year's Eve party, what's your resolution? I'm like, oh,
you feel like you have to have one?
Yeah, so then I just come up with something that's not important to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say commitment. If you want to call yours a resolution, man,
I don't
just
want
do
to.
it. Just say it.
I want to call it something that I believe is going to best characterize the thing that I'm talking about. So I'm thinking commitment. I like the word.
Do you like
commitment.
the word commitment? Okay.
I like it.
Okay. You like it. You approve.
I approve.
Okay.
Now let's talk about it.
No. I'm asking you a question now. No. Hey. Okay, fine. You ask.
Back in the saddle again.
Oh, dear. No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. All right. So you're asking a question?
Okay. Do you have a commitment you have thought about or made for this year?
I have committed to reading the word each day.
I declare.
Sorry, I declare
no longer to.
I'm sorry.
I declare not to have biblical bankruptcy.
It was supposed to stop when I pushed the button.
Obviously,
I'm sorry.
It's been too much of a layoff.
Yeah, my bad. Okay.
The NQT theater threw you off for.
Well, you said you're like,
you're sad about the voices going away.
Okay. So tell me your thing again for real. We're all listening.
I commit to getting into the word each day.
So have you been doing that so far?
I have been doing that
so far. So how have you been doing
It's a commitment.
Okay. Yeah. So practically, like, what does that look like?
I have a neat devotional that I like going through.
Did you say neat?
Neat?
You are 85 years old.
Well, what do you kids say?
I don't say neat. Super neat devotional.
What are you kids saying, you spiky-haired kids?
Oh, you want me to talk about what the youth say? Yeah. I mean, I'm probably reading some devotional that slaps, or it's all cap, no cap, small cap.
That is ridiculous.
That devotional is whack.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Neat has been there for a long time.
You're right. Since the Stone Age, my friend.
And it's still here because I just used it, obviously.
So. I mean, to make fun of your devotional. So tell us what's neat about it.
I like the way it's written.
Oh,
it speaks to me. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Do I have to tell you who it is from?
No. Apparently, you want to keep that close to the chest. So no, you don't need some of that.
Okay. Yeah, but it leads me back to the Bible in a way that's fresh and exciting.
Okay.
And neat.
It's neat.
Yeah.
It's neat.
So I like starting there. I like reading that in the morning.
Yeah.
And I like thinking about that throughout the day. And I like asking myself as the night goes on, hey, did you apply that?
Hi.
No,
sorry. No, we can't do it. No, we can't do it. No, we're still here. We're still here. Okay, so one of your commitments has been to be in the word.
We were so close
to
Harry Carey.
No, we did. I know. We almost pulled out Harry Carey, but not yet. Hold it in. Self-control in
2025.
That's good.
Commitment.
That's good. Yeah. Let's see. Any other ones?
Let's talk about. Let's go with your turn.
Let's see. We started a different thing as a family, but it wasn't at the beginning of the new year, so I think that's cheating. Let me think of something else. Well, I've removed a lot of things, because at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year, you kind of naturally evaluate. So resolution or no resolution, I think a lot of people do that. They like clean things up, organize stuff. I went through and I removed a whole bunch of things on my list and calendar that I probably have been delaying myself on for like the last year. So there's something in my system that's kind of like, okay, if I'm putting it off this long, and a year might be dramatic, but some of these have been realistically for the last year.
Okay.
You just kind of go, you know what? It's really not going to get done, and you got to let it go, and you just delete. And there's a lot of freedom with that. So I think I'm trying to be committed to really do the things that are most important and let the rest go.
And how do you know? How do you grade those things and whether they're important or not?
So one of it is that it's like how I'm trying to pray about it and process that on a weekly basis. And if I keep basically snoozing it, so to speak, it's clearly not going to be a priority. Maybe it was a great idea, but it just wasn't a priority. That's one way. There's lots of ways to do that. Like, how do you sort through your priorities? Like, how do you kind of sift through the things you know you need to do and the things you can let go of?
Well, I think understanding yourself to when do you have the most energy for a certain task, if that's a priority, then making sure that you do that sooner rather than later versus when you're, finishing up the day and it requires a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So,
you're talking about like the way to carry out the
I'm talking about the implementation. Because we can talk about, should we do it all day or why it's important. But if it comes down to it and it's important, and if it's a priority, then it's about carrying it out.
When's a high energy time for you?
In the morning, right away. In the morning.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I wonder if that's a getting older thing. I'm not as old as you are. I mean, I don't say words like neat, but definitely in the morning. In the afternoon, it's like I can do it, but I'll start kind of, and then something about 9 o'clock at night, ladies and gentlemen, the brain just bleh,
I thought you were going to tell me that you have a second wind.
No, I used to, but at 9 o'clock, nothing good is coming out of me at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Like, just wrap this puppy up. Like, it's just not.
There's something I was going to say there, but I'm not going to say
okay,
it.
Okay. You're probably going to use your voice. I'm sharpest in the morning. I try to do some more meetings in the afternoon. Not because I don't need to be sharp for those meetings, but just they may not require as much focus sometimes as other projects.
Right.
And then as the evening goes, try my best to reserve that for family and some other things. Although I'm not always the best at that. I will confess. 2025 will be the year of confession.
It's the year of confession.
Well, we're just going to say it's the year of many things.
Okay.
New things, confession.
So we're going to be hearing a lot more from Mike and his confessions on Not Quite There, because you heard it here.
You heard it here first, folks.
We're going to break down Mike, what makes him tick, what makes him...
What was the SNL skit? Was it, what things?
I can't do a voice right now.
No, not the voice. What was like the... Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
So
by Jack
during
Candy,
the confession time, we'll just do like some Mike confession time,
and
play some soft music, and I'll just come on and just air out all my dirty laundry.
I know you listeners out there are saying, how lucky are we? But that's what you have coming your way. But you did mention family, and so commitment to family, I think, is an important thing as far as quality time with them, meaningful time.
Yeah, absolutely.
These kids that we have are not getting any younger either, and so they're not saying neat yet, but they're pretty neat, right? Our kids are pretty neat. So we want to spend time with them. We want to build them up. That's a commitment. I want to have quality time with the daughter, quality time with my wife, and make sure that that's built in.
Your wife. Why do you think a lot of people fail on their resolutions or commitments?
Lack of commitment to them.
So they fail on their commitment because of the lack of the commitment.
Well, the lack of resolution. I would say it's not as resolute as they would maybe think it is because they're not committed to it. So I think renaming it gets to the heart of the matter. You have to commit to it.
You think sometimes when we come up with those ideas, like maybe the Lord's truly pinged that on us, whether or not we follow through with it, there's a reason it came up. So obviously some people are like, I want to lose weight, which is fine. That's legit. We probably all need to lose like some weight. And
stop looking at my stomach area. My goodness.
Do you think when someone thinks that, it's probably actually really a goal of theirs, but then they fail maybe along the way, like you said, they're not resolute enough, maybe they're not attacking it the right ways?
Well, they're probably treating the symptoms versus the actual,
like the root of the issue.
Yeah, the malady, the root.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if the deal with food is the fact that you're using that as a comfort source versus, nutrition and what it's meant for, then sure, I want to lose weight. But if you haven't really dealt with the root of it, then of course, you're probably gonna, by the time that the Girl Scout cookies are coming out, which they already are.
Yeah. Shame on you.
Yeah. Well, no, did I say I had any?
Oh, I didn't say shame on you. I meant shame on the Girl Scouts for selling.
You're shaming the girls.
You know what? This actually makes me think of a quick topic. Okay, quick topic. So, when you go to the store and there's a vendor outside the doors, you have to pass the vendor going in or out of the store. I'm sorry. Like, okay, I love people. Okay, I'm in ministry. I'm a follower of Jesus. I do love people. I hate being solicited. It's too much. I hate it too much. This is part of the confession time. I'm not justifying myself. I'm wrong in what I'm about to say. I just get so frustrated with not and maybe it's the old man in me. It's like I should be able to walk into a store or out of a store or even be in my own home and not be sold to. I know they're doing their job. They're doing what they're tasked to do. But I'll go out of my way to avoid a solicitor all day long. That makes me as mad as the Cheers theme song. Does that bother you at all?
Well,
the solicitors, or is it just me? Am I the one that gets all enraged?
No, maybe I'm not enraged, but I do. When I do see the solicitors out there, I think, okay, well, whenever I have to shop for anything, whether it's a grocery store or even going in to get a piece of clothing, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to get in.
Whatever.
And I want to get out.
That's right. It's a mission. It's a mission.
Right. And so anything that's placed at the doorway.
We're not there to lollygag.
Yeah.
We're in and out.
And then I know I'm going to be turning them down. I know I'm going to have to say no, which I don't. That's a whole different. They send
out the cute little girl. It's like, well, please, for my future. And you're like, if I say no, I'm
my daughter being that age, and of course, I'm a big softie. But I don't know what to do with that. So
maybe a softie, emotionally for people, or because of cookies.
For the cookies, I don't want the cookies. I don't want to bring the cookies home.
You're not a softie from eating the cookie. You didn't mean that kind of softie.
No, okay. Thank you. As you're looking at my stomach area again, Mike, please.
That's so unfair. I'm not doing that at all. Oh, okay. So confession time. Wait, confession time. Have you ever faked being on the phone, walking by a solicitor, and you have to be honest?
Of course.
Have you faked to the point that you're saying words when you walk by the solicitor, like you're actually talking on the phone?
No.
Okay, cool. Me neither. No. Me neither. I've never done that either.
I'll think that, but
yeah, me neither.
Or I'm probably actually made a call so that I can feel good about it.
Yeah.
But I have found the secret door or the side door to go in.
That's true. That's helpful when you see the side. I have called Joelle a couple of times, and she knows because I'll be like, "Hey, I just need you to hang on the phone with me for a second." Sounds so terrible admitting it.
We're not quite there.
I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe sometime this week I'll buy some Girl Scout cookies to make up for my.
Well, let's just lump that into a conversation with the people pushing the little device your way to leave a tip.
That's a whole. I don't think we have enough time. That's a whole episode.
Let's put that together.
There's nothing wrong with tipping. It's the tipping when you shouldn't have to tip. Yeah. If I'm going to McDonald's, come on. Yeah. Why am I tipping? Yeah. I don't need to tip.
It's a whole different episode. Let's roll it together.
Okay, so beginning of the year, here we are, out of the gate. We're going to strive to keep commitments. Right? Those are important. It's important for us to do. What do you think would be a good word for anyone just evaluating right now? We're all in evaluating mode. It's January. It's what you do. Getting past the cold. It's been a little cold here in Texas. It's been a little cold across the whole country. We're breaking away from the cold. We're pushing through commitments. We're midway through the month. The year is upon us. What do you think is a good
Newt Rockney moment here? All right.
What do you think is a good word? Let's for all of us. Let's encourage.
Persevere.
What do you mean when you say persevere?
Well, I think if you're making a commitment, you can't do it all in your own strength.
Yeah.
And so if you find a neat devotional that you can walk through, I think, or even in reading the Bible, you're going to see that perseverance is a fruit of the Spirit, and that's going to help you when it comes time to saying, okay, well, I don't know if I can hang in here and do this particular thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have that in my strength right now, or I've tried in my own power to do it. Well, that's where perseverance.
Yeah.
And it's not meant to showcase, hey, I can power through this and I can, pull myself up by my bootstraps.
Yeah. That's when we talked about that pride and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a couple of verses, I was looking them up on perseverance. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him. That's James 1:12. Another Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. And one more, James is probably encouragement for all of us. Another one in James 1:2-4. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a difference maker. Why so many people, we put so much pressure maybe on our own shoulders, and we get so exhausted that we forget there's one who can help us persevere, like you're saying, pull us through these commitments to see them through all the way on the other end.
And it doesn't stop either on this side of heaven. We'll always have a test or a trial out in front of us. There will always be a challenge. There will always be a commitment that we can, that we should be making, because it's part of working out our faith, right? That's part of growing in Christ. And so that doesn't end. And if we're very short-sighted as far as how long it takes to do that, then I could see that's where we can get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But if the goal is to persevere, or to trust in the help that you have from heaven on high to help you, Holy Spirit working in and through you, then that becomes less tiresome, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And more of that's just life.
Yeah.
That's just the way that it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good word, because it just doesn't have to be about the beginning of the year. I mean, like it's a season we are talking about. It's fitting right now, but we're really talking about any time throughout the year, any year of your life, any stage that you're in. A lot of these principles come down to the same things, or perseverance or commitment, just because we're not a people to give up or throw in the towel. Like you keep going. And how many times, it makes me think of how many times I've even found myself in, maybe, I guess you can call them commitments, or then all of a sudden a trial. And it feels rough, but then on the other side of it, you see so much fruit that came about it, that then you're almost thankful it happened to begin with. Or you make, call it a resolution. You make a resolution, you see it through to the other side, and the things you learned and grew, and the trial and errors through it, and then you accomplish the goal. It just says a lot about probably your character and integrity, and then you gain that strength to do the next thing that comes up. So a lot of good things. I feel like it's this time of the year sometimes brings about a lot of these thoughts to maybe reinvigorate us and give us some extra energy, heading into the year.
Yeah. And if we get a little bit too fixated on the time of year, this is the time where, it rolls over. And of course, there's a new label on it. It's 2025, not 2024 anymore. We passed a very busy time. Well, I don't know about you, but not everything happens at the first of the year that you're going to have to deal with. So some people have some things happening in this summer that are just going to happen then, that they're going to have to deal with. And so strengthening right now, and depending on the Lord, and persevering each day is going to help during that time. So that's just how we've seen it play out, I would say.
Yeah. So that's good. So really what we're talking about is persevering kind of through our commitments as we start the year, and to kind of maybe narrow that down to persevering through each day, kind of one day at a time. And then we see how the year goes, whether it's the beginning of the year, the summer, towards the end, anything like that. Right.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all tell us, share with us what you're committing towards for 2025. If you want to share with us, leave us a message. Contact us. There's the easy way to leave a voicemail. 2025, the year of the voicemail for our show. We can even share it on there if you'd like. But we'd love to hear, what are you committing towards, or what are you wanting to work through perseverance towards topic-wise for the year? And then we just love to hear from you on that. Just want to encourage everyone to take that next step.
And in 2025, other than Mike's confessions, we're going to hopefully be able to invite more of you folks in and get some of your thoughts too on, what you'd like to see here on episodes and what you engage with. So that's something that we commit to, is getting to know our audience a little bit better. So we got confessions, getting to know the audience.
Right.
That's all we got right now.
We're feeling strong. 2025.
Feeling strong, my friend.
2025.
Stronger than ever.
The audience, the year of NQT. Let's go.
Back in the saddle again.
Oh, dear.
Thanks so much for joining us. Please consider rating and reviewing our podcast and hitting subscribe on whichever platform you prefer. Remember to keep moving forward, because we're not quite there.